Did you hear my stomach? Jammies, how are y'all? How are you guys? Welcome to Madness. And yeah, I think it might be a little bit rinky dink ups and downs for you guys this month. Alright, and this is for Gemini Moon, and Gemini Rising, and Gemini Sun, okay? Okay, so when it comes to love, for those who's gonna start with love, for those of you um in a relationship, I feel like you're wondering if this will serve you and your partner. Okay, you got the Queen of Cups, you got the Two of Cups, you got the Judgment in reverse. Okay, and this is basically like the main situation for what's happening for you Geminis. This is other I heard this is other tarot card really called Geminis, I think it's actually, I think I think it's called Angel Tarot, which is actually really, really good. Okay, yeah. So with these three cards put together, I feel like the overall scenario or the overall situation is I feel like some of you are wondering if you're in a relationship that serves you and if both of your needs are being met. For couples, someone is scared of sharing something and is weighing heavily on their mind, and they want to tell, but out of fear of judgment and the upheaval this will cause. Maybe with a fire sign or a water sign, I feel maybe that's the presence of these cups here. Okay, and if it's not a water sign, which is Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, then the energy is just very emotional this month for you guys. Very muddy, and it's you feel kind of a little bit out of your elements, being that you are an air sign, and air is more logical and cut to the chase with the swords instead of wallowing in emotions with cups. But you have quite a few cups in this reading. Squeeze me, squeeze me. Who's seen White Chicks? That made me so funny. You wanna talk about mother? What else do I wanna say about it? Um, um, so yeah. There's a strong sense of partnership and love, but it may be tested by different beliefs or ideologies and religions. And maybe that's why you do have the strength of this partnership card with the Two of Cups here. Because the Two of Cups often speaks of a strong partnership, and the Queen of Cups is water sign, is love, is intuitive, it's beauty, it's they want to know you inside and out. They genuinely care about you and your feelings, and water signs are quite. But then you have this Judgment card in reverse. The Judgment also speaks of rising to your higher self, or just being scared of judgment from people. Maybe someone you love is losing their footing and their grounding in society, some sort, and they feel out of whack. And I definitely feel like it's a fire or a water sign. And you be busy with your social life and work life, and your partner not take along, and you feel left out. And I say this because it's so huge. The cards that are lying along with it have the Six of Wands in reverse, but then that's going into the work section, so I want to talk about it. But I definitely strongly feel that what I just said is definitely I feel like some form of clarity and talks need to happen, because in the situation that what spirit wants you to do, or what they're advising you to do or where you need to focus on your love life, you have the Justice in reverse and the Strength in reverse. Now these two cards both tell me that somebody wants answers, and somebody wants to get to the bottom of something because they feel like justice isn't served, and their strength is being tested by being in this state. And I say weakened in quotation marks, because you can always rise to the top. Okay, no matter what, it's always temporary. Okay. But these two are major arcana cards, which means that there is definitely a big potency in life right now when it comes to justice and strength, because both of you motherfuckers are feeling like you ain't getting it in the relationship, okay? So I feel like some form of clarity or talks needed to be had so you can feel supported or strong in your union, and you need to focus on being a rock for one another in times of need, because that's what the strength card is. Upright, it's like a rock in times of need. Okay, have honest discussions so you can feel empowered or like a power couple and secure, right? And for those of you who are single, I feel like single people are feeling quite emotional, and single people are feeling quite emotional, and from judging from the rest of these cards, you want love, and You in love or a partnership, but you were scared of judgment or opening up, and you think you are not good enough, feeling kind of low at the moment. This may be true for some of you who just met someone, also with a different background from yourself. You be too hard on someone right now, or just really hard on yourself. Like you want some answers and strength and to fix this dilemma, or to fix whatever's bothering you right now in your life. But it definitely needs some justice, or something needs to be served, or somebody needs to have a seat at the table with Solange. If you're brave enough. um with this tower and the hangman, you got the tower upright and you got the hangman in reverse, okay? The tower often speaks of sudden change and destruction and knock off your exes. And hangman, you got all these major arcanas in this major, because you have major arcanas and then minor arcanas. The major arcanas is major events in your life, or if not major like, but it's definitely something that is figuring prominently in your life. Gemini. That's gonna be a new way of saying Gemini. So yeah, Geminis. What was the Tower card and then the Hangman in reverse? These are telling me something is gonna shake you up and abruptly and cause you to go in another direction. This doesn't have to be separation, but it could just all of a sudden be on a different wavelength and a change of gears. Okay? Oh my gosh, I need some music. My stomach is growling too much. I'm sorry. You realize something wasn't working, or like it's a waste of time, so you change focus, almost like a aha moment, like almost like you have like a eureka moment. You have came to terms that a certain vision or a certain idea you have about how relationships should go, in order to, and I say should go like this, um in order to be happy or in order to work, maybe a little bit outdated. So you be like changing beliefs or some ways in which you operate with your check the light reflection. I'm over in the video. But yeah, like you really like, okay, you need to go another way or go another direction, or start with different beliefs or whatever, because something ain't working for you now. Time for you to change your shift. Okay? Now don't, as Bryson Tiller says, I hope you all know him. If you don't, you should check him out. But don't, what Spirit don't want you to do, sorry, is you have the Star card in reverse and the Eight of Wands card in reverse. Eight of Wands card is fire, energy, action, communication, engagement, travel, love, excitement, messages coming together, like a lot of fast text messages, fast communications. And the Star card upright often speaks of, well, the star, or someone who has their head on their shoulders, or they're going in the right direction and they believe in themselves, believe in their abilities, and they're just feeling confident, and they're confident in the advice that they get from others. In reverse to these two, I feel like it's saying, um, you know, don't feel worn down physically, or if you feel worn down physically or a lack of self confidence in your abilities, you know, and also don't isolate yourself or distance yourself or break off communications, or don't communicate in a volatile way and make it like it's all about you and like you are the victim. Okay, communicative and inclusive partner. I have a feeling someone is feeling a little bit left out in the cold. I didn't get Five of Pentacles in this reading. Left a bit out in the cold. Now the Oracle cards, the Oracle messages you guys got for that is healing family issues. Okay, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. It's also a little bit deeper than that. I'll just read the answers to your prayers about your love life are based on your feelings about your mother and father. The romance angels see that you benefit from releasing old anger toward one or both of them. That's because your feelings about your parents influence your choice of romantic partner and the way in which you deal with relationships. You can ask the angels to help you put forgiveness into action. Give someone doesn't mean that you're endorsing his or her behavior. The angels will tell you rather that this doing so is a form of deep emotional detoxification. It means I no longer will carry toxic energy within my body. When you find inner peace within your parents, you'll no longer need to attract unhealthy relationship patterns and partners as a way of healing uh, family emotional wounds. All of your relationships, especially the ones you have with yourself. Okay, and I also feel like yeah, like I said, we have different backgrounds or different religious beliefs in something with your partner, and maybe that be causing a bit of disarray. Alright. I don't know, allow me in it. Allow me. So yeah. Um Yeah, so these are the oracle cards I'm reading now. Sorry, I do a few of oracles because I love them. And yeah, so and then you have number magical messages from the fairies. I really love this book. It's really in depth. I won't go into the storybook, but it's really. And you received flaff the footer, but you received them in reverse. Okay, and the message that this is saying is this card reverse can also speak of those who draw their energy from others rather than from the source. Having lost awareness of that fundamental connection, it can indicate that we have lost a proper sense of ourselves as a whole and wholly, and are seeing ourselves as much less than we are. Okay, so this is the message for those of you who are feeling down and out, and are feeling like you're not yourself, and are feeling like you've lost your strength because your strength is. Okay, that's the message from little guy here, this fairy, and also you receive the sage. You know what I mean? This fairy's magical math is wisdom, hidden knowledge, retreat, old age, and patience. Here we see wisdom and deep understanding. One of the keys of wisdom is to organize, integrate, and simplify one's thoughts. Complexity often leads to confusion. This card signifies mental discipline informed by balanced learning and compassion. Tradition is valued, but appropriate change is accepted. The sage knows when to let go and when to move on. He knows when to retreat and think things over. He compassionately and wisely shares his knowledge with others, teaching by example as well as by precept. Scales of justice, yes, justice. So if you want justice, listen to this old sage wise information. Okay, scales of justice are balanced in the sage's hands. This card in a reading also signifies the need for deep consideration and refined judgment applied with compassion and mercy. So yes, love your love up. Alright? And then you received from the Tantric Dakini Oracle, which is another one of my favorites. And I love the artwork here because it's quite surreal. Number 8, the Living Goddess. And this is equivalent to number 8 in the tarot, which is the justice card in some things. So justice is really important in a love life situation right now. Okay, so if you know you're withholding something from somebody, or if you feel like someone is withholding something from you, demand it so you can get that clarity and that unity. Okay, the meaning of this card. This card is telling y'all motherfuckers too. The earthly manifestation of spiritual qualities, the concept of being chosen, and a sense of duty toward higher ideals, an evolved self of development to meet a position which one has put in either in the world or out of it. This indicates the potency of the miraculous and evolved aesthetical position of reference. This card is particularly positive in the spiritual sense, suggesting compassion and resignation. Okay? So again, focus on that. Now, when it comes to your work situation, Geminis, there's a fire burning. Okay? You've got the King of Wands or the King of Rods, which is the fire sign, and then you got the Six of Wands in reverse, which is fire energy as well. Fire energies are Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. Yeah. Now these two combined here, when it comes to your work situation, I feel like there's definitely some sort of something to do with a boss or someone is falling out of sorts. But it's Six of Wands upright it deals with victory and community blessings or community victory or like getting your recognition in the community. In reverse, it kind of speaks of the opposite. It speaks of a delay. It speaks of not getting the things that you wanted. And it speaks of, I just feel like with it paired up with the King of Wands, who is fire, creative, dynamic, passionate, forceful, takes action. Um, with these two together, with this Six of Wands in reverse, when it comes to work, I feel like there's tensions burning and clashes of wills and beliefs. Okay, I feel like someone may be trying you at work, like really, really trying you, like you want to like feel like I want to throw hands with this move, like hyper trying you. Okay, um, like really pushing your buttons or that like have this fired up energy towards you, like something may be tempting or obsessing in your thoughts, like maybe you're building up the nerves to just let it rip on a boss or on a colleague or something. And I feel like and then what's spirit wants you to what work on in the month of March, and when it comes to your work life, you got Three of Cups in reverse, you got Nine of Cups in reverse, and you got Six of Cups in reverse. All this water emotion, all these cups falling out and overflowing. So I feel like there's a lot of emotional and a fiery and just steamy energy going on at work with these water and fire is steamy. I just feel like it's very like some steam going on at work right now. Okay, Three of Cups in reverse, like you're just feeling like out of the loop, out of the connection, out of the group, out of the friendships, out of the bonding. Like something's not right, or something's not good. Some gossip going on, and something's not right, because then you got the Nine of Cups in reverse. Nine of Cups upright speaks of wish fulfillment. This is a beautiful card upright. In reverse, it speaks of not really getting your wish, or maybe a little bit too overindulging of something. So maybe someone be, and then you got the Six of Cups in reverse, and Six of Cups upright often speaks of like wonderful childhood memories and things of that sort. In reverse, it speaks of kind of like delays and all of that. So with all these three combined, and it's coming up in the section of the reading where Spirit wants you to focus on what they want, what you need to focus on, or what areas of your work needs focus. I just like definitely feel like there's certain I feel like there's a certain sense of someone not having someone's back now, especially with this Six of Cups in reverse. Trying so hard to make others happy or for the approval, but it may just feel even more out of the loop, or you just feel even more out of the group, like like that community or support and feeling or is absent or is fading. Like a relationship that was prominently around, like that figure prominently around one person protecting or teaching the other is highlighted. Okay, this is kind of like the devil's in the details kind of scenario. Okay? And also those of you who was waiting for something to come into fruition, there may be a slight delay and your wish not be fulfilled at this time or this moment, but don't worry, I feel like it's definitely going to come into play, okay? At a later date. What's working for you this month? You got the devil card, and speaking of the devil, the details is in the devil. The devil's in the details. What? With whatever. Pentacles. Pentacles are Earth. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy. Okay. You got Eight of Pentacles, which speaks of hard work, working, getting it in. Like the devil card, which often speaks of obsessions and bondages that are unhappy. But in this case, we paired up with these, I feel like what's working for you, maybe your worth ethic. You be like so determined and so ready to ego to plant seeds that like whatever's going on right now is not bothering you. You got the Seven of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles and the devil. Alright? So I definitely feel like what's working for you is the strong urge to get to the bottom or to get things done and to keep things in momentum. It's almost like this obsessive determination to plant seeds and to work hard for what you got. Okay, so and seeds planted a while ago, or studies that you've done a while ago, starting to turn in your favor. Okay, and if you're planning on leaving a job, like because of that whole explosive energy I was speaking of earlier, this kind of energy is needed. Okay, like you're ready to just go. Like you have this obsessive need to like ego need to work. Spirit also be saying that don't worry, because your rap sheet and worth ethic will be admired elsewhere. Okay, if you are having some hard time. And what helped me solidify all of these messages, I just feel like there's be a problem with a female boss at work, and maybe a fire sign. Okay, which is Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, or they have the energy of that, or it's just that fiery energy that is surrounding you right now. Okay, with all these ones in it. And then last but not least, you've got Ace of Cups in the reverse, and then the Chariot, another major arcana. Okay, and I feel like these messages are saying to you is what they're saying. What you shouldn't be doing is don't be over emotional with this cups overflowing upside down. Like I said, you got all these cups in your work. I don't know if you're involved romantically with somebody at work, or I don't know. It's just a lot of emotions about work right now. A lot of like cups overflowing. I don't know. Maybe some of you, maybe even a lot of waterworks, like tears. I don't know. You know. Let me know. Um, don't be over emotional and do something barbaric and charge down a road you have no business going down with this Chariot. The Chariot often speaks about it. Chariot is a positive card, but coming up in the section of don'ts, I feel like it's kind of telling you to hold back a bit. I don't know, you have a temper, or somebody have a temper, or somebody pushing you, itching you to say something, and this is kind of advising you, maybe you shouldn't do that. Okay? So, yeah, don't go charging on the road you have no business going down, or oversharing stuff that is lethal information. Like don't leak confidential stuff. Maybe that's what these cards are saying. Like don't leak confidential stuff, or yeah, definitely things of that nature. There's, if you are due to leave a job, do so respectfully and professionally. Okay. Now the oracle cards that you got for that is four in reverse, and this card actually helped me solidify even more. What makes me think it popped out is that it's a woman or a boss or an authority figure that you're clashing heads with right now. You got the bright mother. I mean, in the fairies, the bright mother's message. You look a little cute, little but you received her in reverse. So there's a blockage somewhere, somehow. Gemini. Gemini. How about you? Okay, I don't know if I should show you her beauty upright or in reverse. What she means overall was creativity, nurturing, productivity, intimacy, and sheltering. I don't want to read the whole because it's got like a whole story of it first, and I really want to because I'm such a storyteller type person, but I don't want to bore y'all. I know y'all got stuff to do. Okay, reversed. Uh, these ideas they can even apply to institutions such as churches, governments, businesses, charities, and social groups. When we are blocking the bright mother's energy in our lives, we have difficulty giving or receiving nurturing. This manifests itself physically as well as emotionally. It could mean physical problems such as digestive or eating disorders or emotional difficulties with giving care or receiving care from others. We may also be unclear about our emotional boundaries. When our energy is twisted, we see the smother mother who refuses to let those within her care grow up and become independent, crippling them in their adult life. Or perhaps the warped energy becomes the martyr mother who sacrifices everything for you, whether you want it to or not, and then expects you to sacrifice everything for her forever. If we find in ourselves tendency to do these things with our habits and our deep programming, which require professional help. At worst, the bright mother's energy becomes a fire of destruction, creating burnouts where there should be nurturing. This happens when we give until we are exhausted and don't take time to nurture ourselves. I love oracles. I'm sorry. To do so, rage or cruelty directed at those who rightfully depend upon us also falls into this extreme category. Da bada bam, bada boom. What was I saying earlier about yeah, man, you got the message. Let me just hurry up because I just want to keep going. Damn, what you got from another one of Forever Oracle decks, the Oracle de la Triad, and I received information on this Oracle deck from a French woman because it's in French. Who's a wonderful tarot reader. I believe her channel is called Twice. So you should check her out as well. But yeah, Femme. But I'm gonna try to be sexy in French. Just allow me, okay? Femme, which means woman. And so this is even more telling me there's definitely something to do with some public figure money. Okay, so you got this card can mean the empowerment of women at work, but it can also mean a lack of interest of work. So you see, I feel like this is definitely highlighting there's some power struggles with a woman. Okay, and then you also received from the Tantric Dakini that like a bubble, a more like eccentric, erotic kind of artwork. Like a bubble. Let go of all preconceptions, open up the mind to its original and spontaneous nature, treasure all fleeting moments of joy, ecstasy, so strengthening the potency of such experiences, yet without holding on to any form. Do not cling to the world or to its multicolored manifestations, both within and without. Okay, that's the message from Like a Bubble. This also is affiliated with the cups. And then temptation. You be tempted. Maybe this temptation be tempting you to, maybe this be to blarge out at somebody, or maybe you know what this temptation means for you. But the temptation card popped out. So a tempting offer, yet a decision has to be made which should be based on the highest motivations. A situation where one has a chance to gain much if the correct tempo is maintained. When located in the base. Okay, yeah. So yeah, all these combined, yeah, just you start to form your own kind of message from the oracle cards. And then you also received Nadir. One is kind of negative when it comes to card, yeah. Kind of associated with dark period in someone's life. There's blockages. Basically, you need to walk towards the dot. The card is indeed negative, but it also suggests that everything will work well. When it comes to work, it says it can mean a lack of work, unemployment, or bankruptcy. Okay, and I'm not wishing none of this on none of you lot, but this is what the card. This is the message that I popped out. I didn't even want to read this card just now, but I can't do that because This is what the spirit wants you to know. Okay. Now, moving along. When it comes to your family life, God, that sound like Nicki Minaj. She got eaten. But anyway, it's uh, okay. When it comes to your family life, now this could be the family that you were born into, such as your parents and siblings and cousins and such, or this can be the family that you have created for yourself, such as children. Okay. Now, what's happening here? You receive swords, the overall situation of your family life. You've got 9 of Swords and 7 of Swords. Now, what's going on? A lot of mental energy here because the Swords deals with is you actually. Swords is the earth signs, which is like analytical, which is communicative, which is cut right to the chase, which is very linguistic, good with the tongue, good with words, good with research, good with professional things, good with advice. Very, 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 yeah. But when these two, when you go higher up in the swords, it's a little bit tricky and a little bit tighter of energy, a little bit more tighter energy, a little more tense energy. I love it, I love it. So yeah, maybe some secrecy going on, or you or someone is harboring a secret. Maybe you're isolating yourself from family currently is definitely keeping you or your partner up at night or and keeping a strain on you because that's what the nine of this one is. Often, I don't really like the depiction in this card, but in other ones, in other decks, you got like someone sitting up in a bed and they're really stressed out and they can't go sleep because they got all this mental anguish, they got all this like Mercuryness going on because Mercury is you and Virgo's ruler. Yeah, you guys have got a lot of that going on at night, or either you or your partner, because I feel like someone's harboring a secret. The 7 of Swords, this often speaks of like secrecy or like mischievousness or like sneaking around or something like that, and that's why this is in line up the top, or like what I said earlier with the love life, and was what made me think that maybe you be harboring something from a partner who'd be a fire sign, or they you, something of them souls. And then what you should be working on is taking that leap of faith and connecting with your family and sharing with them. This is what Spirit says you should be working on. This is what's coming in and what you're working on. Sector 15. The Fool, another major arcana, is beautiful, light free, carefree, taking risks. Let's jump in the sun and let's sing in the rain and just be wonderful and flirtatious and joyous and open and positive and optimistic and ready to start new adventures and ready to see what life has to offer. And then you have that product within the cups. So I feel like this is just pretty much straightforward. The cups is again water energy, but this is a beautiful card. It speaks of celebrations, family, unity, wholeness, together, community, um, unity. Look at this strong grip in hand and like rainbows. Taste the rainbow with your partner, goddammit, and just talk it out, and so you can get this justice and this strength upright if this is talking about a love partner for you guys, okay? And if not, if it's talking about just your family, you maybe just need to stop isolating yourself from your family and start spending some time with them and stuff. Maybe isolating yourself, maybe hard on yourself about something and feel like you can't talk to somebody. Help to make your unity strong and secure, like those hands, okay? That tight grip. You need to see a big. What you should be working on is you guys, the 4 of Swords, the 4 of Swords speaks of meditation, relax, rejuvenating, re-getting yourself, restructuring, regrouping, da 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 da. The Empress in reverse ain't not so good. You need to nurture. It speaks of lack of nurturing and things of that sort. Upright is nurtured all the way forward. Birth of business products or a new birth or a baby or something of some sort. Or are some of you pregnant? Ooh, some of you may be pregnant or just had a baby or expecting or something. Might need to relax and rejuvenate. But it's definitely okay. Yeah, sorry. um, you feel like you are over providing for someone who hasn't left the nest yet with this Page of Pentacles in reverse. Pentacles is earth signs. Doesn't have to necessarily be an earth sign, but the energy, it could be someone younger, a baby. Yeah, maybe maybe it's a baby probably with this Page of Pentacles in reverse, Empress in reverse. Maybe an unexpected pregnancy. Maybe that's what you have to share with someone, or that you're keeping secret from somebody. or the partner. If that's not the case for some of you, because remember this is a general reading. I'm sorry, the message is just popping in, so I'm just saying that, nigga. But yeah, also it could just be like maybe you feel like you're over providing for someone who hasn't left the nest yet. Okay, the Pentacles often speaks of like leaving the nest, going, starting, jumping for your dreams, starting foundations, starting to set firm ground on business or studies or ideas, and you're leaving nest, you're leaving, you're ready for the world. In reverse, is a little bit more stagnant energy than that. Kind of hard to get yourself off the ground and kind of hard to get things moving. Not very practical. Earth signs are very practical, down to earth, tangible. Feel them. They're very grounded. They're very strong. They're very stable. They're very reliable. They're very good with finances and things like that. Okay, but with this one in reverse, and then with the Empress in reverse, and then the Three of Things, the Four of Swords. I feel like this combination is definitely saying someone needs to leave the nest. You've been over providing for them for too long. Take time to nurture yourself and your body, or help nurture a sick family member if it's not for you. Help nurture them back in good health, or look before you leap, or nurture and focus on your family or your lover before you leap. Okay, before you step out, if that's what you're thinking. For some of you, just relax, regroup, restructure, get more in touch with your body and your inner self. Especially maybe some of you may be dealing with a pregnancy. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. So what section was that? What is working for you this month? Yeah. And what spirit advises you not to do? You got Eight of Swords in reverse, which often speaks of releasing yourself from entrapment, because you can upright is entrapment is, but it's mental anguish, it's mental things, release there's mental hang-ups, and release all that anguish and confusion and anxiety that be going on in your head. Then you have the Knight of Pentacles, often speaks of slow and steady but stable, slowly gravitating towards, gliding towards their dreams and goals and aspirations, but it's doing it diligently and working very hard. Remember, the earth signs are Pentacles, and they're very grounded. And see, if you know, I'm sure you all know an earth sign right now, you know what I'm talking about. Knight of Wands, often a little bit of wild cracker, firecracker, wildness, charming, loose cannon. Now, all of these are coming in the section that is telling you, um, Spirit wants you to. This is in the section of what they advise you to not do. Okay, so the combination of all of those, I feel like, don't tiptoe around the subject. Whatever subject that needs to be brought up, don't tiptoe around the subject, or be a snail to revealing or trying to resolve things. Like, do be communicative, but and do be honest, but don't be too brash, like I said earlier. But do be honest, and don't tiptoe, and don't hide certain things that you don't really want to share and all that. Just say whatever you're gonna say, okay? To anybody, whether it's a family member of parents or a partner family, because this reading often confuses me sometimes. Love, work, and family, but family can be you love her if you're married and you just have a partner and children and all that type of stuff too. So it can also tie with the love reading. Okay. Don't be neglectful and don't step outside of your relationship, because maybe these two ones are saying don't make an alliance outside of your relationship. Like, don't be too forceful, don't be too good to move, or don't be too brash or rash in your decisions. Now, the oracle message you received for them from the magical messages from the fairies oracles. Sorry, I keep saying fairies. You receive number 7, the oak. I like this one. Definitely doors. Put somebody. Hurry up, girl. Okay, so the Oakman, strength, ancient wisdom, and depth. I'm not going to read the whole book. I'm just going to read the start of reading what it means. This card depicts the strength and wisdom of age. It also reminds us that what we need to know, what is truly there to be seen, cannot be discovered by a superficial glance and hasty reaction. In a reading, the Oakmen tell us to look slowly and deeply into the heart of the matter and to see past the superficialities of the surface. Consider the history of the situation in depth and learn from the past. Consult others with more experience than you have. Learn from the wisdom of elders, both those available to you personally and those you encounter in books elsewhere. In this matter, it will be wise to make your decision after more pondering and study of the situation. Consider motivations in depth. Take action only after thorough deliberation. The Oakmen tell us that haste be, at this moment, our worst enemy. They also suggest that we might learn a lot from trees. Consider the trees and their wisdom. Connect with a wise old one and ask for help. Okay? So yeah, I think this is definitely depicting, maybe if you want to talk to somebody, then talk to somebody, okay? Because someone's waiting for you to to share happy family moments with. Okay? And then you also receive ever, back to the French, received ever, and basically, yeah, what this is telling me. Dun, 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 dun. No, what the fuck? This card is a witch symbolism that goes back to the biblical. A reminder of original sin. Okay, this card usually points out a mistake. Now, just bear in mind, I'm gonna read all of these, and I'm gonna tell you what I think all the three oracle messages, even though they're from different decks, what I feel like they all mean tied in together. Yeah, error. I love the oracle on these cards as well. Oracle de la Triad. French ever. So yeah, usually this card points out a mistake. So I don't know, maybe some of you, if you do have an unexpected pregnancy with this page of being in reverse, and then the Empress in reverse, maybe it's saying error, or maybe you feel like it was a mistake, or maybe you feel like you don't want the child. Maybe that's an issue. I don't know. Or if maybe just there's an error, maybe some of you, like I said, there's a secret that someone's harboring. So there's some sort of error, or some sort of going on right now. Okay. So, fail when it comes to love and relationships, this card means failure in relationships or in the relationship that one has, and you might be with the wrong partner. But don't take that to head, be too strong, okay? Because in the next card you got from the Oracle, from the Tantric Dakini Oracle was the Joker. So I just feel like his overall messages in this reading, and I love these cards. Look at that, wicked. The Joker is telling you, basically the Joker is equivalent to the the Fool in the tarot card deck. Ooh, so but both times you received the same equivalency in readings, because remember in this one you received justice as in tarot, and then you received justice in another form and in another depiction as an oracle card, and then you received the Joker in as tarot, and then you receive the Joker as an oracle message. So this is really important for you right now, and this oracle message is telling you the importance of maintaining humor in all situations as a hotline to understand all situations of life. Do not get too caught up in concepts of inevitability or destiny, but realize that all situations are but jokes of Brahma as the Joker. Become the Joker and accept all humor of situations. The gaining of ascendancy, always a positive interpretation. So all together, of all these three, I feel like this is saying, be wise and speak with someone in your family, someone older and wiser than you. If you feel like you have a dilemma, you feel like you can't talk to anybody about it, and because people make mistakes, and if this is your partner, people make mistakes, but don't think it's the end of the world, because you will overcome it in the end. All right, Gemini. That's my new way of saying Geminis. I love you. Got enough of y'all, women. Peace.